Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Time to react to this shit. My name is Aim. You know, even the thumbnail is shit. It's terrible. Please subscribe as my soul is hurting as I'm about to start the goddamn video. We've got a shitty ass drawn guy, okay, the channel's branding, and a blue background. Humans.
Hey, my name's Toby.
Okay. We're 2 seconds in. Okay, I need to give this video a chance. Let's continue.
And I had a bit of an alternative upbringing. My therapist said sharing my story would help with my recovery, so here goes.
Why? Why would you share this kind of story? Toby, I hate you already.
I grew up on my parents' remote rural farm. The nearest town only had a gas station, post office, and an all-items trading shack. That's where my pa traded the beets, carrots, and corn we grew for cash and other supplies.
So you were poor?
My parents were different, only I never knew until I was much, much older. From birth, I only knew them as dogs.
So, you're already old. Who gives a fuck?
You see, my parents wore dog suits 24/7.
Do you know how goddamn hot it is?
Giant fluffy dog costumes that covered their entire bodies and faces. I never saw them without fur. And they didn't do things by halves. So I had my own dog suit, with black and red fur. Bruh. And these big wide ears.
Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture.
As far as I knew, we were just an ordinary little pack of dogs.
Just an ordinary little pack of dogs, yeah? Just an ordinary little pack. The fuck is going through your mind?
Actually, one of my earliest memories is of my ma on all fours in the bathroom saying, "You must never let anyone see your skin suit. Only take off your fursuit on Sundays to bathe." There were no mirrors in the house, so the only time I ever really saw my own full skin face was in the blurry, rippled reflection in the bathwater. It was a sorry sight, bald and pale.
Who in the right mind?
My dog face was much more handsome. Anyway, Ma and Pa told me it was illegal to go around in just skin suits. They made a point of drilling into me that we would be put down if anyone ever saw us.
Welcome to the Gulag.
Without our fursuits.
This is raising some major red flags. They're on a barn, okay, in the middle of goddamn nowhere. He has to wear a fursuit, otherwise he'd get shot. How is he not pieced together this earlier?
Of course, that horrified me, to the point where I'd never even left the farm boundaries. Pa was the only one allowed into town to do his trades. In the whole 15 years of my existence, I had never seen anyone other than my own dog parents. Naturally, I was homeschooled. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Pa basically just taught me dog mannerisms, like how to dig up beets and pee outside against a tree, out of an opening in my suit.
Oh my! He's wearing a goddamn suit.
As I grew, Mom sewed me bigger and bigger suits, with more fur and larger features. Every now and then, I'd finish my weekly bath and find a new suit laid out beside my bed. Some nights, I'd be lying in my bed and would hear weird howling noises coming from my parents' room.
Right, okay,
But I was a little afraid of Pa, so I never dared to ask about it. I just put my paws over my ears and try to sleep.
Cause if you went in there, who knows, they might wrap you in.
To me, it was normal. But everything changed the day there was an unexpected knock on the front door. I started barking like mad, while Ma and Pa frantically ran around the house. Suddenly, a face appeared at the window. Through a gap where one of the old boards had fallen off, I saw eyes staring at me, and a strange skin face. It was kind of like the reflection I'd seen in the bath, but at the same time completely foreign.
Those fucking eyes. Those eyes. They're crazy. This video's a joke.
Without warning, bright flashes of light burst through the hole and lit up the room. I yelped in shock, sensing we were in danger, but not knowing why or what it was. Defensively, I stood up on my hind legs and pawed at the gap.
Why? What has the human race become? Just a bunch of mindless shit assholery.
Paw pushed me out of the way and shouted in a deep, booming voice, "You are trespassing! You need to leave now!" The light disappeared and I heard the sound of footsteps running off into the distance. I was so confused. Ma explained that it was a man and we couldn't let him near us because he didn't have his fursuit on. The next day our house was raided.
FBI, open up.
The door was kicked down and more men with smooth, furless suits and naked skin faces swarmed the property. Before I knew it, I was pulled away from my parents and dragged into a waiting car, separated from them for the first time in my life. I was in sensory overload. Half of me was convinced I was about to die, while the other half of me thought I was in some kind of surreal dream.
What am I watching? You know, this kind of reminds me of a mix between Kiwi's fursuit and Majiro's fursuit.
I was taken to a place where they kept trying to take off my fursuit. I lashed out and tried to bite them, not understanding that they were just medics, wanting to check me over. That was 4 years ago.
4 goddamn years ago. You didn't want us to tell the story then?
Apparently, the face at the window that day was a man from the land surveyor's office. He was on a routine visit, but instead took photos and notified the authorities of my living conditions. My parents were charged, and I ended up being placed into foster care.
What happened to the parents? What happened to the parents? I want to know what happened to the goddamn parents. I want to know their identity, where they're from. I want to know everything about them. Someone in the comments tell me, or tell me on Twitter or Instagram, everything, okay, about the parents. If this story is real, of course.
It's been tough adjusting to what everyone else calls normal life. I've had to learn to read and write a bit, and really miss the comfort and warmth of my fursuit. It was a big part of my identity.
Big part of your identity. If you really miss the comfort of your warm-ass fursuit, how about come over to the fandom, get some money, then get a fursuit, alright? Okay? And then you can wear that shit for however long you like. What the hell have I watched? God! This video was so flippin' funny. If you want to know my final thought, I think you all know why it's trash, and I've stated that throughout the goddamn video. If you don't think that this right here is bad, okay, and in fact think it's very good and informational, no. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you all next week. See you.